Okay, at least. Anyway, hi everybody. One guy and 4 girls. You are girls, guys. Ladies. Okay. Hi, ladies and one gentleman. Guys, how do you feel so far? In terms of everything, remember, I think we last met about 2 weeks ago. Not mistaken, it was online. Then after then you did your assignment, then the assignment has been marked. So based on everything that has been happening and you being here, how are you feeling? Disappointed, happy? What does energy mean? Oh, okay. Others, happiness? Feel okay. And then with the assignment, guys, how are you feeling?
We passed the F1.
Yes. Are you disappointed that you could have done better, or you feel like I was very tough? I was not.
I don't think you were tough.
I was not reasonable.
No, you were very reasonable. You were very reasonable.
Yeah, be open, guys. I don't take things personal. Someone said yes. Let's hear. Okay. Lungile, are you the one who said that I was not reasonable? I was not reasonable with the marks or the timing of marking or what. I want to understand.
The timing.
So I feel like your responses when you asking for certain things was not, yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's good to tell me so that I also improve. Remember, it's not only about you improving your students, but I also need to improve. At the end of the day, everyone has to pass. So the reason why I'm asking these things is because I want you guys to pass not from a marking point of view, but also from an understanding point of view. So it's not only about the marks, but you understanding what digital marketing is. Then I also realized that in this class, it's very concerning because I've marked 42 scripts for digital marketing. So it means that we've got 42 students in this class, and I've never seen more than 20 in this class face to face, and there are only 26 students on WhatsApp group. So meaning that there are students who are not in touch with me at all. And some, when they're doing this assignment, they could not even indicate who their lecturer is or which company they are, which campus they are registered with. So that's the challenge that I had, because remember, all campuses are centralized. So Samson students submit on core campus. Our Kenya students submit on core campus, and Durban students, you guys are submitting on one platform. For me to know that this is my student, I look at your cover page. If my name is put there, then I'll know that, oh, Naledi is in my class. And the other challenge is that there are many Naledis. So if you do not mention digital marketing to certain full-time lecturer, people band, I won't know, because there might be a Naledi in part-time or a Naledi in Victoria. Because I can guarantee you guys, there's a person called Naledi in Victoria, right? So these are the basic things, and the way you would put something on your cover page also determines my reaction to our assignment before I even look at your questions. I don't know if you guys know that. The same thing with your CV. As much as I'm a brilliant person with qualification and everything, but that first page, the way to attract the person who's going to look at the CV, they can have an attitude whether they can continue or not. So I'm looking at your cover page and I see there's no my name. I'm like, oh, this one doesn't care, even if you put in your answers. I don't know if I'm making sense. So those things, because I'm a human, guys, I'm not a machine. I can also think, I can also have feelings. And if I realize that you are disregarding me, you don't recognize my name, how then am I going to recognize yours? So all those things, guys, are always crucial when doing the assignment. I also realized that there were many people who were insulting me in terms of my name. Some would write Abidiki, Abidoko, like, guys, come on. Yes, but on the assignment, my name is correct. It's Abed Nico. So for most who misspelled my name, who copied from core campus, I then assumed that these have never been to class because I told you in class who my name is. Just like you guys keep telling me who your name are. Horata, you told me about your name today. So if then tomorrow I misspell your name, you feel like I don't respect you, right? So those things, guys, it's tiny things, but it can cost your life. It can cost your career. You misspell a CEO's name on the presentation that you are going to present for the boardroom, you can be fired for that. I don't know if you guys, you think maybe it's a light thing, but yes, it can cost you. So you need to make sure that you spell my name nicely, you know. My name is Abed Nico Banda. So just spell my name nicely, at least to show that you recognize me as your lecturer. So those are the aspects that I wanted to discuss. Then this morning I did a mock answer. I just went through with this that you are seeing on the screen here. So I just said, no, what, let me just show the students how to do it, you know, before we do the F2. So guys, you must make sure, you know, I know these things are not taught in class because there's no syllabus for it. You never find it in textbook. So I said, okay, let me show you how to do it because not everyone is familiar with Microsoft Word, even though we use it almost on a daily basis, because when you want to type something on your computer, the first place to go is your Microsoft Word. But some do not know the features or they'll just do it because they're in a rush. So it was specifically mentioned, and I'm going to say this in the brief as well. It was specifically mentioned that there are only two fonts that you can use in the assignment. Either Times New Roman or Arial. So meaning that in your assignment, if you decide to use Times New Roman, throughout your assignment from the first page to the last page, you use Times New Roman. If you decide to use Arial, it means that in your assignment from the top to the last, you are going to use Arial. Then the font size you're told to be 12 PT. Same thing throughout your assignment, whether they are headings, there are no subheadings, whatever it is, it must be 12 PT. The reason why I'm mentioning this, you guys had got 15 free marks, like marks that have got nothing to do with the questions that we're supposed to answer. You had 5 marks for the good layout, 5 marks for referencing, and 5 marks for professionalism. Those are free marks that you need to get to an extent that if you fail the assignment, let's say in the questions, question 1 to 3, you got 40%, right? You got 40 marks for it. Now you did everything that you asked to do from the 15 marks. It means that you've got 40 plus 15 free. That's 55. You have passed. So most of those people who got, yeah, there are people who failed in this class, as less as 35%. It means that they disregarded everything. So this is how you write, guys. You are given the numbering from the questions. If you go to the brief, it was written question 1. You do the same thing, okay? At least when I'm marking, I can see that, okay, this question 1 is talking about elements of marketing and the focus is on product. You just copy from the brief, then you paste it in on a new document. Then question 1 had 2 parts. It had 1.1 and it had 1.2. Then you have got 1.1, where you were supposed to come up with a new unique product. You put there, then you put your answer. Okay, that's how you're supposed to do it. Most of you guys from nowhere, there's nothing, just my new product is blah, blah, blah. There's no even number. What is this now? Already you are losing marks for being clumsy. And I know being clumsy sometimes has got something to do with being in a hurry. I can give you an example. You guys You did not come from the bush when you came here. You came from home, right? Somewhere in a hurry. If right now I were to live with each of you guys, like, let me go to your room. I know someone will find a socks on the bed. Someone will find whatever, a shoe, you know. Open your wardrobe. It's because you left in a hurry. You tear this one, you throw. That's also what students do in the assignment when they're in the hurry. But when you've got ample time, you tag up your stuff, you know, making sure that everything is correct. So as you can see, guys, with this assignment, if you click anywhere here, if you click anywhere on the document, it can actually show you that I was using area 12. Can you see that, guys? I know this is basic information. Some already know where to get it. But yeah, you go there. Thank you. You go there. You can choose the font that you are being required to use. So here is either you can use Arial or you can use Times Roman if you scroll down. So I'm using Arial and I'm making sure that it is 12. Okay. And even on my headings, nothing has changed, guys. I just made it bold and underline. But it is still the same font. Then you make sure that your text here, everything that is in your text here is justified. Can you see that? You make sure that is justified. But some students, before they start on the assignment, when they create a new document, they can always do that. Or once you are done, you highlight everything. Where's my mouse now? You highlight everything from the beginning to the end, and then you make sure that you put the required font type, the required font size, you justify it, and spacing has been mentioned. You go here. Can you see what my spacing is there? 1.5. It's been mentioned in the brief. But all of you guys here, you see spacing is 1.3. You're like, it's clumsy, you know? So you're supposed to do that. Then, referencing. This is how you reference. So see, when you are using referencing inside the text, the end that you use is an ampersand. But when you are using outside the text, you use and in full. Let me show you guys. This mouse is confusing me. So it's either you use referencing like this, or if you are taking out the reference, like you want to start with this Banda and Zulu. These are just examples, guys. I just used my synonym. So for example, if you want to begin with the source here, you can say, now because it's part of the sentence, you say Banda and Zulu, then you put the brackets only the year, because these are part of the reference. So Banda and Zulu say that. You can do this. So if your reference is outside the sentence, now that end is in full. All you can do this. According to Banda, and Zulu, then full stop. Can you see that? That's how you reference. These things, it's rare, you don't find them in textbook. So sometimes I feel like students have to find their way on how to learn this without being taught in class. Were you guys taught these things in your first year? Oh, okay, at least if someone is teaching you. So you make sure that you are consistent. And if you can see with this assignment, if you scroll down, you see I said question 1, and then I went to question 1.1. I put my answers there. Then there's no any other numbering other than that. Here you see where I want to split it, I'm putting bullets. You see students, they put question 1.1. Now you're putting 1, 2, 3. Does it make sense? Okay. So you scroll down, question number 1.1 is done. Then I go to question 1.2. It is there. You scroll down because question 1.1, question 1 as the section was underlined at the top. It means that question 2 is also going to be like this. So that's your numbering. As you can see, this document is very clean. I was expecting that from students. And also, I learned that most students used ChatGPT. And when I consulted my superiors, the people that I report to, they said I must penalize you guys. But I said, wait, it's too early to penalize students. And most of people use ChatGPT, they failed anyway, so why would I penalize them? I mean, you've got 100% using ChatGPT and then you've got 60%. Meaning that I need to apply 50% when you answer, means that I only get 10%. So yes, and you can't stop. So I was lenient, you know, but guys, as I said, it's very easy to know whether students use ChatGPT or not. And even for the fact that you guys use ChatGPT, you use it wrongly for that matter, because ChatGPT gives you answers based on the input that you're giving it. People who use the smart pillow, smart bottle, water bottle purifier, smart backpack, I know that they got that from ChatGPT. Without even looking at copy links. Because I use ChatGPT myself. And also the problem with ChatGPT is that it is a bot. It does not live in the country. It doesn't have the experiences. So the moment you're talking about something, I can see that this is robotic. It's not realistic. So guys, please avoid using ChatGPT. Okay, because next time I'm going to be lenient. I'm not going to be lenient like ours in this lesson. Then we move on to referencing. Guys, references must always start on a new page, okay? References must always start on a new page. You go to referencing, you must be consistent. So here I was also lenient. Some did not put here in bracket, right? It's fine. However, if you did not put the year in bracket, it means everywhere you must not put the year in bracket. If you put the year in bracket, it means that everywhere. So what you must be consistent. If you used this everywhere, it must like that. You guys are not consistent. And you need to make sure that your reference list, you see this reference list, for example, it is clean, it adheres to Harvard referencing, but I would still fail you here. Why? It is not in alphabetic order, right? You've got B starting with B, you've got Banda, you've got.
I find science and at the time. I opened my Word document and I already had my assignment that I started, and I just throw by the reference box. But now when I say we must alphabetically, it's not like
Yes. Yeah, I'm going to show you now. Thank you, Happiness. So of course, that's what I was also doing. Throwing everything there that I'm using, right? Now it's here, but I'm not done. Then I need to highlight everything here. You highlight everything. Where does it end? Here. Then here, where it says A to Z. Where am I? Here, where there's A to Z. You click there. And it says ascending, as in from A to Z. Then you just say, okay, there's nothing that to do there, just say, okay. Once you do that, can you see now that everything is in order? You've got Banda, you've got Bashe, you've got, now it's in alphabetical order. Also, a reference list must not be justified. Remember in your assignment, everything is justified here. But a reference list must always be left aligned. So you highlight it again, since now it's now in alphabetical order, then you go here, there, you left align it. And you must be able, looking at the reference list, I can see whether this is a textbook or whether this is a journal. For example, if it's a journal, I can see the name of the journal is in italics. If it's a textbook, the name of the textbook is in italics. So all those things, guys, some students also indented the reference list, which is fine. Where I'm learning at UJ, they always want us to indent, like doing this, you come here to tutor. Indent, you come here, you indent, you come here, you indent, come here, indent, come here, you indent, let me there. Undo. Okay, you come here, indent, then you come here, you indent. So all of a sudden you've got only people surnames and appearing here, you know. If you do that, it's fine, as long as you are consistent. So you get your 5 out of 5. This does not require you to answer, and it's just free marks. Just follow the instructions. Then out of those free marks, you know, you can always compensate them. For example, if you get 80, you have got 15 free marks, then you've got 95%. You know, rather fail the questions than things that additional marks. Does it make sense, guys? Any questions with regards to the F1? Okay, so that's it about the revision. And as I said, guys, even when we are answering, whenever it is not your idea, learn to reference it. I'll come to it. Other. What's your name? Arthur. Yes, Ompile. And that Mdobs, do you guys know Mdobs? Can't see you from that head, Arthur. Yes, Ompile. Oh, yes, yes, yes. So yes, most students had 100% copy this. I will not care about that, honestly. Because even if you go to copy this, it can show you where the students, you know, actually copied. Because, you know, how the AI system works, it looks at where else this thing has been submitted. So with cover page, because you guys in this same cover page, only different, it's your name, your branch, but all content delivery was the same. So on that one, I do not worry. And please, guys, do not harm yourself to try by all means to do some tricks to make sure that the AI will reduce, especially the cover page. Just leave it as it is. As long as you have not used intelligent tools like ChatGPT, you don't have to. And even if you do not use ChatGPT, ChatGPT can still say that you use it because there is something that has been submitted that is similar to what ChatGPT is speaking. For example, definitions. Definition of digital marketing. All students can use it, and then it will tell that you told me that student have copied, I would know. Makes sense, right? Are you answered our opinion? Yeah. Then, guys, when you are copying, make sure that you paste accordingly. Remember, I told you guys that this entire document is in area 12. I made it so. But however, as I'm looking for information, I go to Google. Let me open Google here, if I can, so that I can show you what I'm talking about. I open Google here, and then let's say I'm looking for the definition of digital marketing, right? I search digital marketing, and it's appearing there, right? And I look for the source. Which source am I going to use for digital marketing? I scroll down, like, no, YouTube videos, nah. Wikipedia, nah. Oh, there's Investopedia. Maybe this one is going to give me the proper definition of digital marketing. Then you scroll down, you have a look at it. You check, like, digital marketing is the, oh, this is nice. I'm going to use this one. Of course, you need to reference it because it's not your idea. Then you take it, you highlight it, and you copy it. You copy. Then you go to your assignment. Because you know that you're going to reference this one. Let's just look where there's a reference here. Let's just split this and make it a sentence on its own. Okay. Now you want to put it here because that's where you got it from these guys. They say these guys are the one who wrote about digital marketing. Now you want to paste here. Remember, you copied from a website. So you right click. As you can see, guys, there are 3 ways you can paste, right? You know this because you use web. If you use these first 2, they are going to corrupt your document. Because if you hover the mouse around them, can you see? It says keep source formatting. Hey, can you see that? This is web. Keep source. So it means that you are keeping the where you got it, you are keeping the font and everything. So if it has got funny characters, it's going to put in your assignment. Okay. The same thing with the middle one. If you move your mouse there, it says merge formatting. So it means that it's going to merge with the format that you got there. You have got your own format. So when you are pasting, you must always use the last one, which it then gives to your format. Let's do it practical. Let's use the first one. I'm going to paste using this. Can you see what happened there? It now came with the links. And this font, I don't think it's the same. Let's click on any word of here. Can you see that it's not the same? How do I see it? I look at the top. The assignment says we must use which number? 12. But because I pasted from another source, it's now saying 13.5. And sometimes it also changes the font type because that website has got its own font type. So you must always try by all means, guys. Okay, let's undo and use the other one. I've used the first one. Now I'm using the center one. Same thing. Can you see it's still bringing the link here? But the good thing, it has merged with the font for the font type and the font size. But it's still bringing some funny characters in. Even if there's an emoji, it's going to copy it there. But if you do the last one, it's going to bring you text only, and the size is the same. So you must always be careful when you are copying from other sources, because I know students copy and paste almost the entire document. You can never lie about that one. I know that. So please make sure, guys, when you are copying, and also make sure that you are getting sources from credible sources. The moment you say according to a right, according to admin, we don't know them. We want human beings, okay? So don't say according to the staff right, according to the team. That's not reliable. That's not an academic source. The reason why you guys are getting that, you are going to Google, you are searching directly from Google for what digital marketing is, like this one. Okay? You cannot reference this one. Why? Because it was done by the Investopedia team. You can't say according to the Investopedia team. We don't know them. What if it's robots? The internet is full of robots, crawlers, and stuff like that. We want where there's a human being. And how do you recognize a human being? A human being has got a name and a surname. So we want, at least here it says reviewed by Margaret James, you know that this is a human being. It says affected by Yalit, we know that, but for the fact that was done by the team, you can say according to the Investopedia team, digital marketing is, that's not credible source. How do you do it? We go back. Remember, we searched digital marketing here on Google search. This is just Google search. When you're doing your assignment, guys, you must not rely on Google results. Because anyone can be a professor on the internet. I can have my blog, and then I put it there. I don't even have qualification in digital marketing. Okay? Where must I search? You need to go to Google Scholar. So here, just search Google Scholar. Okay? Google Scholar. You click on Google Scholar. You go to Google Scholar. And as you can see, Google Scholar has got articles and case laws. If you are doing legal subjects, you have court cases there. So you then put your digital marketing thing there. Let's put it digital marketing. There's something that you put on Google. So if you do your digital marketing, can you see now? You can even see that this has been done by human beings. You can see sources there, D. Chaffin, you know. And the good thing with Google Scholar, it also gives you a reference. If you come to site, can you see here it says site? It will give you how this reference must be done. Then you copy it. You go and put it. Let's just click on site. Site. You see? It gives you all the different types of citation. There's MLA, APA, Chicago, Harvard. You need to take Harvard. Sorted. These things are free, guys. You don't have to crack your head using this stuff. Oh, now good. All right.